Hello everybody, my name is David. Welcome to my question and answer videos, part 2. If you haven't seen the first part, please go watch that. I do this every single Monday. If you guys have a question, please go down below and ask me. And then I'll answer them in the next Q&A that comes out next Monday. That's what I'm doing today. I'm answering people's questions from the last Q&A last Monday. Let's get right into it. Lots of questions lately, and it's great. Lots of good ones too. So let me read this. And I apologize, some of these are really long. I cut off the name of your channel. I'm sorry, I didn't see it, so I'm sorry. But you're asking, I was just wondering if you were a trained counselor or therapist, or like us, someone that has been through narcissistic abuse yourself. Just like you guys. Yep, been through it myself, and many years ago, many years ago, like 9 years ago now, and I suffered what I believe is CPTSD for many years. And then I took several years to heal from it. And I just want to be somebody, I know I'll never forget how bad it was. And I know something like this, somebody just saying, hey, you're all right, I've been through it too, that kind of stuff really helps. And I also healed from this. So I know how, and I know what I did that helped and healed me. So I'm just offering what worked for me and hoping that it helps you guys. But you say, I have only just come across your videos, and obviously you are helping victims of narcissistic abuse. I was discarded in March this year and have been hoovered already. Only I blocked him straight away this time, so he could not talk to me. I know he thought that I would just fall back into his arms, as I have done that so many times before. But this time, no. I had had enough of the ghosting, his blocking me and unblocking me, silent treatments. This time I wanted him to feel what it feels like not to be able to return. He bounced you. He simply bounced from me to another anyway. But his efforts to gain attention from his old harem has not proven to be as effective as he would have liked. Now he is targeting a woman that is lonely and vulnerable, that has only known his fake persona anyway, and she seems flattered and smitten by all of the sudden attention he is pouring over her. It's quite a joke to watch. I call him Mr. Tryhard. As he is bombarding her with compliments and cute little videos, hugs and kisses, it's pathetic. And to be honest, it made me see him as he really is, a joke. As everything he does to her, he did to me and every other woman in his group. And outside that group, behind everyone's eyes, his true friends and actual family are locked out of this false Facebook page. He keeps at it as not to be detected by them. Multiple phones to also hide what he does behind their backs and mine. False name, false everything, and now he's even hiding what he is doing from me. But not by not posting on his page, but only visiting the friends' pages. I have to laugh. What a weak-ass man, and I use the term very lightly, and to think I was in love with him. What an idiot I was to be taken in by him. He is cruel, cold, and calculating, and cunning to say the least, and cheats and lies his way through life. That's not a life anyone would want for themselves. Not decent, honest people, that's for sure. I hope one day it all comes crashing down on him. That's all I can say. Thanks for the video. You're welcome. I hope you kind of understand what's going on, and I'm glad you're starting to see who he is and realize that that's what we need to do before we get committed to somebody. We need to see these things before. I don't care how long it takes. Okay, people can do this all day, but they need to show you by the choices they make that what they say is who they are, right? You know. So I'm really big on honesty. Well, if you catch him in a lie, can you trust him? Literally. Because now he doesn't even know who he is, or he lies about who he is, not in very touch with who he is, it's unstable, make bad, quick decisions. So just try to at least learn to know this about people before we commit to them. Okay? Thank you. And welcome to the channel. Thank you. God, I think I cut off. Oh no, here you go. So Lisa from Bavaria, Germany. Hi. You are so right, David. It doesn't make sense to bathe in hatred and to plot on revenge as so many groups or specialists on narcissism do and preach. It won't change the narcissist, nor will it help anybody heal. It keeps us going in circles, penting up frustration and negativity. What a waste of energy that would be so much needed to heal. There's no recovery when we get caught in this negative spiral. I'm aware there are many people that will tell me I'm totally wrong, but I don't think a narcissist is an evil monster. They have been neglected, hurt, and mistreated, and they are hurting without much of a chance to get out of the trap they are in. We can get out of this situation, but hatred and revenge are not the tools to make this happen. Even if narcissists were monsters, what does it make us to hurt and torment them? All we need to do is go no contact. It's not easy, but it's so much more helpful than discussing for the umpteenth time what an a-hole our ex is. Even if narcissists, it's complicated with the kids involved, but in this case, it's even more important to make sure that we don't become an angel of vengeance or a bitter person. Our kids need a happy, loving environment, especially when one parent is a narcissist. They need to learn how to deal with it. They learn by example. This is why your videos are so important. You have a voice and you use it to tell people to concentrate on themselves, be happy, and get out of the war zone. I'm grateful to you for taking your time to make these videos. They helped and still help me understand him and myself. Thanks a lot. Greetings from Bavaria, Germany. Thank you. Thank you. Love, just perfectly said. I couldn't agree with you more. This shows absolute maturity, absolute awareness that you are processing and healing from your experiences, right? And not assuming that your pain and all this stuff is what everyone else is assuming in the world, or the world's a bad place. That is beautiful. And that will serve you so much better. So much better. Revenge, guys, revenge, it's real simple. If you don't like someone hurting you, that's your principles, and now you want to move them around and hurt someone else. We have to be the ones, right? If what they're doing is wrong and bad, let it be them doing it, not us, too. See that? Someone's sitting there talking bad about you, talking bad about you, talking bad about you. Let them. Let them. You don't say anything bad about them. It's perfect. It's perfect. Thank you. That was great. I cut off your name too. Sorry, I'm cutting off everybody's name. Well, the name of your channel at least. So, hi David, thanks for your wonderful channel. You give the best advice I've seen so far on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. I've been discarded now by my ex-husband, narc, for the 10th time, maybe more. I've been doing my research on narcissistic abuse for the last couple of weeks and realized that this is the abuse I've been dealing with for the last 9 years of my life. The first 4.5 years was the love bombing stage, then the last 4.5 years been the devalue, discard. And then one day love bombed to get me to come back, which of course I always fell for. The roller coaster ride continued. Crying uncontrollably over the phone. He broke it off a week prior, spent a weekend with his ex, which he told you all about. He told you he had thoughts about getting back with her, says he's still in love with you. Every time you spoke, crying, saying he loves me, but logically going back with his ex would be the wiser choice since our relationship has been crap. You told him to take you out of the equation. You're not competing. So number one, can a love bomb actually last that long? Sure, it is. I've often heard they go extremely fast and love bombing is typically a year or so. Well, I mean, this is like, this is human behavior, right? So whatever a human's doing, that's what it's doing. That's what he's doing. So if he's still love bombing you this long, then I guess that's how long narcissists can love bomb for. But there's no template. I usually say, it's usually about 6 months. That's just so typical, And it could go on longer, and some narcissists don't love bomb at all. Never. You guys know that, some of you. So, yeah, I mean, there's no template. Also, do narcissists really believe that they love someone? Sure. Why not? Who am I to say, and who are you to say they don't? They say, yes, I really do love this person. Okay. We can't peek inside their head or look in a microscope if that even worked. I don't know, right? That's why we show it by action. Best way. Best way to let someone know you love them. Not just tell them. And let it show in every day. In every choice you make. Not just sometimes. I love you, here's some flowers, and then I'm going to go out and be gone all night. And not tell you where I'm at. Or you ask me not to, and I say, too bad, screw you. I mean, not really showing that I love you. All the time. I did. I gave you some flowers. Yeah, but you hurt me then. Not much security, maybe. Hope that makes sense. It's got to all be fake, right? The last thing he said was, "You still think I'm a narcissist after all that emotion?" I don't even know what that means. Like narcissists don't have emotions? Yeah, usually they can't regulate it very well. Usually they don't. It's unstable. They don't process things like this. You said, "I think he is afraid of me exposing him." Most narcissists are. They don't want people to know that they're truly a bad person. And I say bad person because that's how they feel. So that's how they're thinking. They don't want everyone to know they're a bad person. It's an innate fear in all of us because of many, many, many centuries of evolution, being part of society, and how important society is to us. We need people to survive, period. We know this. We don't want to be ostracized, out of the group. No one cares about us. And that means they will. If everyone thinks that someone's a bad person, we kind of don't want anything to do with them. You know? And he doesn't know how to change himself. Or wants to. Hope that makes sense. I know I need to block him. He has caused me severe illnesses regarding this abuse, along with depression, PTSD, agoraphobia, social anxiety, and Graves' disease. Well, most of that is CPTSD. He has my head so brainwashed that it's me, but my story sounds like everyone else's, even worse. I definitely suffer from cognitive dissonance. It's been 2 weeks, so I'm fresh, trying to remain strong because I know God answered my prayers by sending his ex back into his life, so I can now finally move forward in mine. Support, support. I don't think God made someone go date him. I mean, that might have worked out for you, but how would that work out for the other person, the next victim? Just want to say. But I'm glad that he's leaving you alone more. So, cognitive dissonance. Talk about this a lot. I made a video about this last Wednesday, with someone else, Nova. Yeah, you've had to lie to yourself for 9 years to be with him. Things that you saw weren't right, things that you saw you didn't like, things that you saw that felt bad. If you stay with him, I know he wasn't making him better, right? So you had to lie to yourself. You had to excuse it, accept it, ignore it. So you attached, you already came up with an explanation, a reality, formed around these big emotional traumatic events. So when you feel these emotional traumatic events, you already have a conclusion to why, which doesn't match up with reality. See a professional, see someone you can trust, right? They help you sort these things out over time. Stop looking, okay? Stop looking at what he's doing. Who cares? With who? All that. It will not help you. It will cause more trauma, okay? Good luck. Thank you. McKinnon from the East Coast. Hello. Wondering about setting boundaries post-narc discard. Not just boundaries with the narc. That's easy compared to setting them for longtime friends and family. That's where I'm having issue. I'm not going to have interactions with family, in this case my brothers, that say hurtful things and then gaslight me when I ask them why they feel that way, or even request that they don't speak to me in that manner. I know on some levels they care about me, but it doesn't feel like much when they say hurtful things and twist it to make me the bad guy. I want to go full non-contact with them in these situations, but I'm a forgiving person. And so eventually it will pass, but there's still a scab and they can easily open the wound. Okay, I got to stop here because you said they hurt you and you forgive them. Then what? How do you forgive them? Do you tap them on the shoulder, you go, what? And go, I forgive you. Or are they asking for forgiveness? And when they ask for forgiveness, are they telling you it won't happen again? And does that feel better, and do you believe them? Come on, more than I just forgive them. More. It's not going to feel good, not just the hurt they cause, but the longer you let it continue. That's not something that is good for you. So you're not doing things that are good for you. You're allowing things to continue that are bad for you. I understand you don't know what to do. If we don't know how to make someone stop abusing us, we have to leave, right? This is abuse. What they're doing is abusing you. That's why it feels so bad. It's your responsibility to not let it continue, to not feel bad. How are you going to do that? Can't control them. Sounds like, for sure, right? You can't make it stop. So you have to remove yourself. And we start learning boundaries. But boundaries, what are boundaries? Boundaries are a way to measure our own self-worth. Okay, so let's start building up our self-worth. Let's get away from the people abusing you. You can't build your self-worth up while people are abusing you. Impossible. Okay? The one thing you can do to build your self-worth when someone's abusing you is make it stop. That builds up your self-worth, right? I'm not worth this. I'm worth saving myself. I'm worth doing things that make it stop, right? You're worthy of it. So your actions should show it. Stay away from them, okay? Get away from the source of stress, the source of abuse, the source that makes you feel bad. Get away from it. Work on yourself. That means every single thing you do should say who you are. You start fine-tuning who you are so you feel confidence in who you are. Start having more positive experiences for confidence. That's how we build confidence. You can't have confidence while you're being abused. Those are negative experiences. We need positive experiences. We need success. Okay? Stop telling the family, I'm not going to take your abuse anymore. Goodbye for now. See you later. That should, even in the worst situation like that, you can build some confidence by having a positive outcome. You made it stop. Okay? So, how do we have boundaries? We build up our self-worth. That's very important. Boundaries are, anybody that just tells you, well, you say it like this and you do this, and then if they do that, that's great. That's the process of boundaries, right? But I can tell you not to do something or ask you, or say, that hurt, don't do it again, right? If I don't feel worthy enough, I might let you do it again. Plus, asking you not to doesn't sound very confident if you're not confident, right? Please don't do that. That hurt. Don't. Stop. Like that, right? Instead, don't ever touch me again. Right? Big difference. Hope that makes sense. You have more. Do I have to have a thicker skin? No. Or do I just dash the whole lot of them and become an orphan? Well, I'm not going to tell you to ditch your family. I'm going to tell you to get away from the source of abuse. If you don't know how to make it stop, I would get further away, further away, further away until you make it stop. If you would like a relationship with them and continue and go back, you better learn how to not let them abuse you. And that's by building your self-worth, right? And having clear boundaries. They're right here. See where they are? Yeah, don't cross them. Clear. They're not clear. They don't care. They don't respect you because you let them cross your boundaries. And then you forgive them. And they don't even apologize. Maybe they do. But if they keep doing it, apology means nothing. Right? Hope that makes sense, McKinnon. Thank you. Good luck. Oh, you have more. I'm just trying to connect on a brother-sister level, and a joke turns into an insult, and I'm here like if I wasn't related to this guy, I would never talk to him. Yeah, that whole blood thicker than water, I guess then abuse just hurts more. I don't know. But there is no tie. I have zero tie to any human being on this planet that abuses me. Bye. Now, if you want to have a relationship with someone who abuses you, when I say get away from the source and learn how to do it, at least make a clear, definite, boom, I'm gone for a little while, I'm not taking this. And then when you come back, you'll be stronger, and then you can address some of the things they did right off the bat. You abused me in these ways. What do you have to say for yourself? Because I never want that to happen again. You want to ever talk to me again? Address all this abuse. That's when they go, or whatever, and start abusing you more. I didn't do it, it's your fault, run away. And then you got your answer, McKinnon. Is that the kind of family you want? We can make our own families. It doesn't have to be blood. Some people are adopted. That's their family. Okay? It's an awful situation. I am really sorry. Always. But there are things you can do. Number one, take care of you. Take care of number one, okay? Thanks, McKinnon. Next one. Good afternoon to Mars. My question is, how long does it take to stop hurting? I never in my life thought a human being could be so vindictive to go as far as killing an animal. And this is from Ruben. Ruben, I'm sorry that your ex killed your pet. That's horrible. That's awful. So how long does it take to stop hurting? This isn't, a cut where most people kind of heal the same time. It depends what you do, Ruben. And it's going to take as long as it takes. You're going to allow it to take as long as it takes. Even longer. It stops hurting when we understand. Keep trying to understand, Ruben. Use compassion. Use self-compassion. Okay? Talk to people who are experienced and know. Okay? Keep understanding. Keep learning. It feels so bad because you feel like a bad person, I promise you. This person's treated you horribly, so you feel horrible. The more you understand it, it won't hurt as bad. It's like they did it to somebody else now. You just understand it better. You can be like, they're just a bad, messy, unhealthy person. They're hurting. They're hurting. That's why. Not excusing it, just that's why. That's how they deal with their hurt. Some people hurt themselves. Thanks. Sorry about your pet. Get another dog. If it was a dog. Can't remember. Patty. Don't know where you're from. Oh, and I forgot. Give us your locations, please, guys, when you ask questions. Location, 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 please. Thank you. How does one handle BPD smear campaigns? Well, how does anyone handle any smear campaign? I don't think it matters. It's from BPD, right? It's not like you're going to handle it much differently than someone who's a narcissist or a sociopath. So all I can tell you is how I handle it. Over a year and a half, we're on our second year, halfway into our second year of a public smear campaign I've been enduring. And how do I handle it? Lawyer, authorities. Takes some time, but eventually something will happen because it's illegal. It starts to get illegal. Besides, just talking bad and stuff like that is abuse. Don't look. Don't give it attention. Don't react. Go down the legal route as much as you can, as much as you can afford, as much as you want to. Unless it's too traumatic, leave it alone. But you cannot keep looking. You cannot keep reacting. Anybody that believes this, get them out of your life. Anybody that gives you a hard time, anything like that, do not deal with them right now. And on the other hand, have people in your life be there for you, support you, talk to you every day, and tell you you're a good person. Let them know what's going on. Let them know how it makes you feel. And let them know you could really use their support and cheering up, right? Because a smear campaign is just someone absolutely targeting you, just trying to destroy and defame you, take away your work, your life. Sometimes they want you to kill yourself, right? They can't control you, so they're trying to control people around you. Don't let them. Meaning, if they're controlling anyone around you, don't be around them, okay? And eventually, hopefully, it dies off. I know the one person doing it to me for so long. It's been over a year and a half now, but it's always nice when they start doing it to other people, too. Take the attention off of you, right? Feels bad. I mean, I feel bad for saying that, but a year and a half of enduring, smear campaigns, you kind of need a break. I'm sorry you're going through it. It's a horrible, horrible experience. It really is. Anybody that it's really hard for anybody to fully empathize and understand unless they've been through it. To really know to the degree of what it's doing to you in your life, and even to the people around you. People of loved ones have sued the person smearing their loved one and have won. Because the other people in their life have been so affected and stressed by it, too. Watching the person they love get so targeted for so long. And people commit suicide off this stuff. This stuff is becoming huge, so much bigger. Internet, there's laws now forming in different countries. So, like I said, we realize anything like this, guys, anything, can we do something about it? And then should you? We should always try to do something. But when that something we think we can do causes too much stress and trauma, we got to pull back. Gotta pull back. Since I really, long time ago, the end of the year last year, just stopped caring anymore and don't look, doesn't bother me a bit anymore. It's just sad and pathetic that this person spends their whole life doing that, and that there's people that like it. People that just like this kinds of stuff and support it. It's kind of gross, but what are you gonna do? I mean, it happens. It's in every community on YouTube. Go on sports, go on survival channels, go on makeup channels, go on. There's always some nasty narcissist person sitting there just crapping all over them and all their work, making up lies. It's just sick. It's gross, but it's here to stay. You know, what can you do about it? If you can't do anything about it, you must realize that. Have wisdom. Be wise and realize I can't do anything about it. And then don't. But that means don't look. And if even people are telling you, what can you do about it? Tell them to stop telling you, right? Okay? And people want to believe it, gone. Gone. Sorry you're experiencing that. So, Cinnamon, 2004 from Atlanta, Georgia. Hello. I was discarded 2 weeks ago by my narcissist. We were together 3 months, but I was traumatized. I emailed him, begging him not to end the relationship, and he responded, I will think about it. Fast forward to this past Friday, he called to tell me he wouldn't change his mind. I replied by saying, I think this is a good idea for both of us, and that I think we need to go our separate ways. I felt empowered because I didn't beg him to stay. I let go. My question is, did this have any effect on my ex-narc's ego? He shows no emotion ever. He is a covert narcissist. Is it done now? I haven't heard from him since. In the past, I've always been the one to apologize and come back to him. I have been no contact since the phone call, although now I'm dealing with the withdrawal symptoms. I'm sorry for how you're feeling now. I don't know how he feels. You know, I talked earlier about narcissists, their ego, and that they only care about what they identify with. You know, a failed relationship is a failed relationship, and they can blame you all they want, but it still doesn't feel good. He liked that control, I'd imagine. That's why he continued. Now he doesn't have that anymore. I don't know how he feels. Most narcissists have so much shame. They feel like bad people as an outcome of almost every situation. I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person. You did this because he's a bad person. It probably bruised his ego. I'd imagine. You want him, you want him, you want him, which isn't enough, by the way. People need to learn to do this for themselves, and he's trying to make himself feel better, building up his ego by you saying you still want him back no matter how he treats you. The fact that you said, I don't want you anymore now, I'm sure it bruises his ego. He may try to get you back eventually. I don't know. I'm sorry how you're feeling, but I'm glad it's over, and I hope you keep it over. Get help and support. Rocio from Buenos Aires. Hello, Rocio. How do you know if you're ready to gray rock the narc if you have friends in common? Or you should just stay no contact and stop seeing those friends, groups in common? You know, that's a tough one. How do I really tell you what to do with your friends, right? I don't know, Rocio. How does it feel? I would examine each friendship separately, each relationship you have with each of your friends. Examine them. Do they serve you? How does it feel? Is there reciprocation? Do you trust them? Do they trust you? I've made the point I try to make a lot is people that have narcissists as friends are unhealthy. People that have narcissists as lovers, mates, husbands, wives, they're unhealthy. Because narcissists are unhealthy. We don't date and love unhealthy people unless we're unhealthy. I'm not talking about a family member who's unhealthy and we're trying to help them. I'm just saying we don't date people with personality disorders if we're healthy. Same goes with friends, trust me. Or they're not really friends. That's the best way for me to say it. These friends that are friends with your narcissist may not be very healthy people in the first place for you, Rosia. I think of it always And it's like the drug scene, right? The drug circle. All of us were sick. All of our friends were sick. Probably even your families. Right? Both of you were unhealthy. Total toxic relationship. You break away. You get away from the group of drug friends. The group of friends that use. Right? You don't. If you're an alcoholic, you don't go to the bar anymore. You might need to stay away from these people, at least for a little while. But just check in to see how you feel about it. Okay? If it doesn't feel good, it causes anxiety. You don't trust them. Billions of people in the world. Go make new friends. Best thing I could say. But I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your friends. That's up to you, Rocio, okay? Talk to them. Best thing to do is communicate. You'll find your answers of the things I just said, okay? Thank you. Jeez. I think I need... I'm going to check here. Yeah, there's only 3 more, but my camera's going to shut off again right now. I got to do a part 3. Thank you, guys. Keep asking questions. I'll see you in part 3. Bye.